French seam both of my side seams on this garment, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to try and fit anything else in. I'm just going to be in the moment, chatting through as I go, and I hope you enjoy this session. So we're learning, and at the same time we're just being really intentional about our space, what we're doing, focusing on being in this moment in time and not too worried about everything else going on in your day or around you. I've cut my toile out this morning. I've taken it really easy today. I ducked out, got some groceries. I whipped up a quick little gift for a friend, fed the cat, rested, had lunch with my husband. So I've taken the whole day. So it's like nearly 2 p.m. here, and you have to leave early for the school run. I'm catching a friend first, and if you don't leave early, you don't get a park. So this morning I cut my pattern pieces. This pattern is glorious. It is 2 sleeves, a back on a fold, and 2 front pieces. I'm using a really pretty fabric. It looks very special. It's beautiful, and I didn't really have that like a big plan for it. The thing that I planned to make with it didn't eventuate. So now I am cutting into the nice fabric. This is your, I don't know, reminder that you can do the same. You don't have to set it aside for something that you may never do. You can cut into the nice fabric. I'm being brave. It is a toile. It is the first time that we have sewn this particular pattern. But I very much trust in my amazing pattern maker Leslie's skills, and I think this one's going to be beautifully wearable. So I'm going to get started. Threaded up my machine. Everything seems fine. I'm sewing with just a lightweight sort of cotton lawn. As I'm sewing, I'm doing directional sewing, so from the top of the garment down to the hem. To do my French seam, I'm going to do 1/4 of an inch, and then I'm going to trim it down. I'll do some pressing, and then I'll do another 1/4 inch, and that to me is a beautiful French seam. So yeah, it's one of those wonderful things where you can find this time. I think it's precious when you get it. No matter what fabric I'm using, I tend to just do a hand stitch to go forwards and back. I just don't like it when fabric gets caught up, and this one even looks like it's going to now. See, I haven't even started and we're already having a bingle, having a frustration with the machine. See? These things happen. Just let's start again. It's French seams today. They sound daunting, but they are not daunting. And as soon as you start doing them on your garments, you will find that they become addictive fast. I love French seams. I did not have an overlocker for the longest time, and therefore I wanted perfect seams, perfect finishes without using zigzag stitch all the time, and I didn't want to purchase an overlocker at the time. And there you go, I became a French seam aficionado. 1/4 of an inch all the way down. I love the hum of the machine. We have a split in our garment, so I've sewn as far as the split. And what was the other thing I was just thinking as I was sewing? Oh, as a teacher, I used to find people would the kiddos I taught senior school, they would try and push and pull their fabric through. Those lovely chompy feed dogs are designed for that. So you should never really feel, unless you're going through like a thick fabric and you understand and recognize why you're having to maneuver it, you shouldn't feel like you have to pull or stretch your fabric through. You should just be guiding it. Your fingers should just be lightly touching it and guiding it through. So no one on that side. I'm flipping my garment. I've pinned it this way because, like I said, I'm doing the directional sewing, so I'm going from top to bottom essentially. And I'm going to do the exact same on the other side. 1/4 inch. Hopefully this side had more luck than I did at the start of the other one. I think I just started a bit too high. It's such a fine, lightweight fabric that it just caught itself. This one is beautiful. Hooray! See, practice makes better. I'm going to trim. This is just so that when you're turning it then right sides together like you normally would. So with French seams, we've got the right sides facing out, so our wrong sides together to start with. And when we turn it in and you've trimmed, you go to stitch another 1/4 inch. You've trimmed that little edge off that's not going to sneakily peek through your French seam. That is the reasoning behind it. So it doesn't have to be that much that you trim off. It really just should be quite slight. Whatever you're comfortable with. We're rolling with it. We're Jamie Oliver style here. I've always loved his way of cooking. Like, add a dash, handful of this, chuck that in. Fantastic. Not getting too caught up. You know, I'm cutting a little bit. Arms a bit lifted today, actually. No. And yes, I'm lifting it up off of the table. I know so many people say keep it flat down. Do you know what? Do what you feel. Do what you feel. That's the one side trimmed. The other side trimmed. I've no idea. I actually should be keeping it up all the time. I'm pretty sure, but I have an alarm that goes off. But I'm using my phone to film, so we'll see. Time will tell. So this takes some time, but woo, so worth it. Wait until you see your seam. I'm just gonna trim as I go, really. Not a lot of waste on that, that's fantastic. Okay, I've pressed it and I'm back. And I stopped recording for a second to check my phone. So far, so good. It's hard that, isn't it? Like, you're constantly thinking of what is next? What do I have to do next? What am I making for dinner? Did I pick up groceries? What activities after school do we have? Have it on the washing. What uniform are they wearing tomorrow? Sport. We're really lucky with how it pans out and how many uniform pieces we have. But yeah, our minds are constantly going. Press it to one side so that it's easier to sew down your French seam. You can honestly, like, I'm also just finger pressing, which is just like pressuring the fabric to sort of stay down, and I'm just getting it right beautifully sort of on that seam fold. Once again, no one is turning your garment inside out and grading it. There are no points here. There are only good feelings when you wear something that you have made and you feel amazing. Maybe you made a scrunchie. Maybe you made something out of knit fabrics for the first time. Maybe it's the first time you picked up a machine and you made a cushion cover. Well done. This is as much a journey for me as hopefully it is for you as well. I've marked where I'm going to. A lot of your hems you would probably go all the way to the bottom. Like I said, we've got a split and quite a wide hem that I haven't tried yet. So I've marked where I need to sew to, and I'm bearing in mind that the majority of my fabric I want out to the side of my machine, just in case you are new to sewing. And so because I'm directional sewing and sewing from the top, I'm also now going to flip it over. By flip I mean, so now that side has my pins underneath, because on this side the bulk of my fabric was going out, but it needed to be, get the point, you know what flip is. And at the moment it's just that question of how to not overfill a schedule. So really it's just, what is your capacity? Like, what do you have time for? Are you working full time? What do you have energy for? You are a friend, a son or a daughter, an auntie to someone, partner to someone. Life is super busy. Well done for just finding some time. Sewing is like a bit of a solo sport, isn't it? I think that's the beauty of it. It's exciting that so many people are sewing for fun, and especially since the pandemic, it just really, like, all of these really beautiful home-based and individual activities, creative power. Do my hand wheel to start with, because that is just how I roll. And let's do this French side. Slow and steady. I'm trying not to stretch it out actually. Beautiful curve on this pattern that we're doing. We're not going to box it. We really like our things to flow and fit. We love the just that resort wear vibe. Like, you want to put it on and just feel great. That's what our fit is. It's a feel good fit. That's what we do. Feel good fit. Traveling Thread Co. I'm owning it. I'm going to tell Leslie that one. I think she'll love that. Looking beautiful. Just what a nice finish, especially when we reveal the garment that we are actually making. It's going to be a beautiful finish. Doing French seams because we think a lot of people might choose some more challenging fabrics for this one, in a good way. I think that's a really cool thing. One of the first things I tried to sew, I said to my mum that I wanted to do a corset top. This was in the 90s. And I love, like, I look back to this day, I love that she was like, let's go, like, let's do it. She knew it was going to be hard. Like, we had the boning, the satin, like, we went to Spotlight, bought the satin fabric black, did it all. And yeah, we're in fits of laughter. I could not, we tried to get it on and I was stuck. So I was stuck getting this corset top pulled on, and I just, what a memory. It didn't work out. Like, I don't have it. I couldn't wear it at all. Slippery fabric, super difficult, beginner sewist. Maybe that though is what led me to loving challenges and building resilience and not fearing trying something new, not fearing my creative power, especially as a kid. I just think that's so important. It's an ongoing joke too. She also used to let me wear like black underwear, like black bras under my white school shirt. Not a favourable decision, of course, but she let me be me. And I will be forever grateful. And my parents are incredibly stylish. They wear vibrant, bright, amazing colours. They are not afraid of fashion. And that is just really cool. So it's just now that I'm starting to think about the time again. It's not even that long since I started the video, and it's just made me realize how often we're just like put ourselves on a timer. No one's in here rushing me. I'm well aware that I've got the time and I've built in buffer, but it's just, you know, I'm starting to feel that rush of like a bit of like stress and anxiety build up of like, I got everything sorted. Did I really have this kind of time to set aside? Should I have been doing something else? You do not have to go this fast. I French seam a lot. Love doing it and feel very confident. So if this is your first go or you don't do it often, you'll probably want to pace more, like maybe a little like that, just to get yourself. It wasn't going to go there, was it? All right. I also have this beautiful, I love incense. I can just smell it while I'm working and it's just beautiful. Another French seam. I'm going to go press it, and I honestly feel at that point I'm probably going to call it for the day. Just thought gentle sewing, being kind to yourself, setting the time aside, and well done if you want to go and give a French seam a go. Or if this has inspired you to, you know what, she did it before school run, I've got a half hour at that point of the day. I hope it's been what you need. And thank you for visiting this space and for supporting our small biz. Happy gentle sewing. Bye.